This presentation of the NFHS Network is brought to you by Big Ten Plus. Get 3 months of Big Ten Plus for only $4.99 per month. Scan the QR code or go to big10plus.com and enter NFHS when selecting a monthly pass at checkout.
One second from half court. Jumping for joy.
First ever.
A 2-on-1. Oh!
Did he bring it in? He did.
It is.
Caught!
This presentation of the NFHS Network is brought to you by Big Ten Plus. Get 3 months of Big Ten Plus for only $4.99 per month. Scan the QR code or go to big10plus.com and enter NFHS when selecting a monthly pass at checkout.
When you fire up Big Ten Plus, you get more games, non-stop, around the clock. More live games you won't see anywhere else. More access to your team, wherever you want, 24/7. More stories.
Unstoppable.
More highlights. More big-time playmakers. Plus, catch up to 4 games at once, so you'll never miss more shots, spikes, and scores. Download the Big Ten Plus app today. It's always game on.
Here was Savannah Lynch of St. Edward before tonight's big game against Phillips. Super sectional, an opportunity to head down the normal. Let's actually go backwards a little bit, though. Tell us about that big win over Johnsburg, knocking off the unbeaten team.
I mean, it was an amazing win. We knew going into that game it was going to be tough considering we were in their gym and undefeated. So us stringing together really helped us get that win. And I mean, it was an amazing accomplishment for us.
Coach has talked about you as an emotional leader for this team. What do you feel like the tenor of the team is coming into tonight? Are they loose? Are they ready to go?
I would say we're ready to go. I mean, coming into this game, super sectionals, there's always going to be a little bit of nerves, but I think we're ready to go and we're excited and we're ready to get the job done.
Last but not least, tell us a little bit about Phillips. They know a thing or two about getting to normal. What do you have to conquer tonight when it comes to beating this Phillips team?
I mean, honestly, just staying together. That's our main goal. I mean, this team went downstate last year, but so did we, so we know what we have to do to get this done.
There you go, Savannah. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you. Thank you.
This presentation of the NFHS Network is brought to you by Big Ten Plus. Get 3 months of Big Ten Plus for only $4.99 per month. Scan the QR code or go to big10plus.com and enter NFHS when selecting a monthly pass at checkout.
One second from half court. Jumping for joy.
First ever.
A 2-on-1. Oh!
Did he bring it in? He did!
It is.
Caught!
When you fire up Big Ten Plus, you
This
get
presentation
more
of the
games,
NFHS
nonstop,
Network
around
is
the
brought to you
clock.
by Big Ten
More
Plus.
live games
Get
you
3
won't
months
see
of Big Ten
anywhere
Plus
else.
for only
More
$4.99
access
per
to your
month.
team,
Scan the
wherever you
QR
want,
code or go to
24/7.
big10plus.com and enter NFHS
stories.
when selecting a monthly pass at
More
checkout.
highlights, more big-time playmakers. Plus, catch up to 4 games at once so you'll never miss more shots, spikes, and scores. Download the Big Ten Plus app today. It's always game on.
This presentation of the NFHS Network is brought to you by Big Ten Plus. Get 3 months of Big Ten Plus for only $4.99 per month. Scan the QR code or go to big10plus.com and enter NFHS when selecting a monthly pass at checkout.
Three or 4 years ago, I noticed that my left hip was hurting. Someone personally recommended a doctor here in town who's with IBJI. Within 12 days, I was walking without a cane, without a walker, without anything, and without pain. That was the big thing.
Illinois Bone and Joint Institute's top orthopedic experts help you move better, live better. For more information, visit ibji.com.
On a warm early March day marks the start of the IHSA quarterfinals. I'm Kyle Smith alongside Bob Vilsoe. It's St. Ed against Phillips. St. Edward Central Catholic against Wendell Phillips Academy. And the winner of this game goes to the state semifinals at Bloomington, Illinois. Should be a good one. This is our third straight year, Bob, of covering the Class 2A quarterfinals. And what do you know about that? Phillips is in their third straight Class 2A quarters.
Well, and we got ourselves a good game that we are at today. Normally I like to pride myself on which team I'm going to predict to win, but this is one of those pick-em games, right? So Phillips is ranked 13 in its 2A class. St. Edward is ranked number 11. This is according to Max Preps, right? And then ranked in the state, Phillips is a pretty healthy 73rd, and St. Edward is a pretty healthy 64. Both teams are good. Phillips, 21-11. St. Edward, 26-8. But here's the thing, points opponents points, that's also almost the same. Phillips has scored 1,734 points, given up 1,367. That's up about 400, right? St.
For 30.
More game, non-stop, around the clock. More live games you won't see anywhere else. More access to your team wherever you want, 24/7. More stories.
Unstoppable.
More highlights. More big-time playmakers. Plus, catch up to 4 games at once so you'll never miss more shots, spikes, and scores. Download the Big Ten Plus app today. It's always game on.
No. National anthem's coming up next. I'm alongside Bob Vilsoe. I say St. Ed 62, Phillips 52.
Interesting, you're going to go the higher score. Both teams averaging about 54 points. I started out thinking Phillips 55-50, and then I downgraded it to 50-45. I think both teams are going to be a little nervous on the shooting. They're going to play a lot of defense, right? So I think the scoring will be a little bit below average. I think the defenses will be a little bit more physical, a lot more rebounding. So I'm going to take the Phillips still, but 50-45.
All right, partner, here come the national anthem, and starting line is brought to you by the IHSA.
Good evening, basketball fans, and welcome to the IHSA Sports Forum at Dominican University for tonight's Illinois High School Association 2A Super Sectional Championship game between the St. Edwards Green Wave and the Phillips Wildcats. Now, will everyone please rise, if able, and remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem.
Great rendition of our national anthem. I'm alongside Bob Vilsoe for our excellent rendition of the Class 2A quarterfinals. The starting lineup's brought to you by the NFHS Network. The home team is going to be Phillips in the white, St. Edward in the green. For the visiting St. Edward Green Wave, of course, it's a neutral site game. They're going to go with Savannah Lynch. She's wearing number 2. Ginger Younger, number 14. Number 22 in Lane Dawson. Number 24 in Sanai McPherson. And number 30 in Jordan Sauls. For Phillips, they're going to go with number 0, Zariah Clark, a point guard. Number 1, Amari Phillips, also a guard. Mia Scott, a combo guard. She wears number 3. Number 11, no surprise here, Kamaria Cephas, listed as a point guard at 5'6". They have a lot of guards on this team. And 21, Kyla Williams.
A lot of guards on the team, just like the Bulls after the trades they made, right? A lot of guards, not a whole lot of height in the middle. But Phillips is a very, very athletic team. You're going to see a lot of ball movement, a lot of quickness. I think they're going to get out on the break. You're going to see a lot of scoring here. Neither team uses a lot of clock before they shoot the ball. 54-point average is a very healthy average for both teams. That's, of course, one of the reasons why they're in the state quarterfinals here, though, too.
Something to watch out for, partner, depending on who they use. Between Bowie at 6 foot even and Kyla Williams. Williams, the starter, at 6'2". St. Ed dominated the glass against Johnsburg, but this is a different opponent. 6'2" versus 5'11" in the front court.
Well, and that's just the one player, right? It's all about the fundamentals. But if you're looking at the teams, it appears Phillips has a size advantage. But basketball, quickness, ball control, heart, desire, all those intangibles are what really matter in fundamentals.
Tip-off won by Phillips, and here come the Wildcats, led by a bunch of their guards. And with it right now is number 0 in Clark.
And St. Ed's starting out in the man-to-man defense, as we expected.
Guarded closely by Sauls, trying to get it inside. Read well by the Lady Wave as they look to push. Here's Lynch. She had 22 in last season's quarterfinal. Turnaround jumper, you bet. Nothing but net. Early 2-0 lead for the Green Wave.
That was way too easy. Went in, spun around, can't be stopped on a little bit, 10-foot, 5-foot fadeaway jumper. Wanted the points. Just take the shot, take the lead. Now, looks like more of a 1-3-1 defense now.
At the elbow, shot no good, but couldn't rebound as it went off Lynch's fingertips. She says, my bad, gives it back to the ref, and it'll be an inbounds play underneath the basket.
Not exactly a turnover, but a ball that they should have had that goes out of bounds, and they don't have.
And it's so important, partner, when you don't have a shot clock. You got to maximize your possession, maximize your rebounds. Clean pass as it's sent over to Clark. Swinging out to Cephas. Guarded closely. She can kill you with the three-point shot. Do not leave her open behind the arc. Inside pass. Didn't get much on it somehow. Well, Clark almost got it back. And then a late push by the Green Wave and a foul committed by Clark.
Yeah, Clark, once she fell on top of the St. Ed's player, he has to call a foul on that. But secure the rebounds. Don't have any turnovers. You want to maximize, like you said, every point per possession. Very, very tough man-to-man defense here. And he's going to get the turnover.
Loose ball, kind of a lazy basketball and sloppy. Younger lost it as they swing it over left. Cephas inside pass to Williams, but she traveled.
Yeah, you can't hop on the same foot, right? Once you have the ball with a pivot foot, you can't hop on it. Got to do something different.
You know what's interesting, Bob, is St. Ed was in the 1A semifinals last year. They finished in 4th place. And Phillips was in the 2A semifinals last year. They also finished in 4th place.
Well, I've always said if you're good in one division, you're likely to be good in another.
Gets her own board, fouled on the play, and going to the line for 2 shots, McPherson. She was a transfer from Larkin High School. She tore her meniscus last January. That knee looks fine on that drive.
Yeah, but what you don't want are too many fouls on Williams. She has to stand there with her hands up. She can't bring them down and cause the contact on the arms or the shoulders. So you don't want to get fouled out of a game like this with this kind of importance.
So 2 fouls committed by Phillips, 0 for St. Edward. Looking to make the second of her 2 free throws. Williams has a lot of size. Can she take advantage of that tonight? As rattles around and finally goes through. Terrible pass. And Phillips might have to consider calling a timeout next minute or so. That was not a good pass.
Well, they do like to run down court, get fast breaks, and that ball obviously was just too far out of her reach, respecting the defense. Wide
Driving
open lane.
in, mid-range jumper. Got it to go. I thought she'd take it all the way for the layup, but as long as you get the basket, that's all that matters.
Right. Well, she has a very confident 8 to 10 foot shot, and it was an easy one to make. She made it.
Dawson made it as here comes Phillips in their half-court set. Jones drives, the reverse. Beautiful drive by Jones as Phillips gets their first bucket of the night.
Boy, the key word there, beautiful. Totally under control. Lots of spin off the backboard. Knew what she was doing.
In transition, no good.
See, those are the shots I don't think should be taken.
Phillips
But both
on the
teams
board.
like to go up and down court.
Antoinette Jones switches to her left. Trying to get it inside to Williams. Tie-up action. And physical play underneath the basket. Saul's got a late break and went after it.
Well, bravely went after it and got a jump ball out of it. Possession, St. Ed. But I'm thinking that she needs to do a little bit better job getting position so that the other player from St. Ed can't cause the jump ball. But good defense to cause that.
Bounce pass, mid-range jumper, good.
St. Ed's got the mid-range jumpers down, just little 10-footers, Livingston territory. 7-2 lead as a result.
Timeout called by Stokes. We'll take a timeout as well. 7-2 lead for the Green Wave. Mute first, mute first, mute.
This presentation of the NFHS Network is brought to you by Big Ten Plus. Get 3 months of Big Ten Plus for only $4.99 per month. Scan the QR code or go to big10plus.com and enter NFHS when selecting a monthly pass at checkout.
Kyle Smith alongside Bob Vilsaway. 7-2 lead. Lynch has 4 of their 7 points.
Well, the story of the game to me, though, is either St. Ed's defense or Phillips' turnovers. One way or other, Phillips is turning the ball over, or you give credit to the defense for causing the turnovers. But that's what's causing the score being lopsided. I think Phillips will get over that, and they'll get out on their fast break and score some easy points.
Kind of a circus shot, well read by St. Ed's, and on the board was McPherson. I don't know if I like that shot selection there, Bob.
However, shot by Scott, their leading scorer, so you have to kind of revise that and say, well, if anybody's going to shoot it, she's okay to shoot it. That's a surprise foul on that play.
What do you think? Did she go straight up, or did she lean in a little bit with the shoulder? Going to the line for 2 is younger.
To me, there should be no foul called on that. It was all the player going around the statue on defense and the referee just calling the foul.
So you think she went straight up vertically on the defense?
I don't even think she went up. Her hands were straight up. She didn't jump. The defender went around her, and I don't like the call.
The offensive player went around the defender.
The offensive player went around the defender and caused all of that contact on a statue playing on defense. I wouldn't have called that foul myself.
Yeah, it sure didn't look like the Phillips player in Bowie. As perfect swish by Younger. They look really good right now at the charity stripe.
Oh, that they do, and they're getting to the line. And now if they're going to get to the line on little ticky-tack fouls like that, continue to drive. Don't take those long shots like they had earlier. I think Phillips will settle down, but they haven't yet.
Look, it's still early on in the tournament as we have another report right now from Jerry Riles, our first report of the day. Nice pass inside. Layup is no good and rebounded by the Green Wave, fouled from behind. Jerry, an early lead for the Green Wave, 9-2.
Yeah, I had a chance to talk to head coach Larry Stokes of Phillips, and he said, Jerry, the tough part for us is the past 2 games we've gotten off to a very slow start, and it all starts with Mia. And Mia Scott is the leader of this pack. During that time out there, you saw that coach was going at Mia, telling her she needs to move the ball, get the ball flowing. You see the score, 9-2.
All right, Jerry, thank you so much. We'll see you later on in the game, in the second quarter, in fact. Drop-off pass and maybe a lack of communication between both guards on the play. Stolen away by the Lady Wave, but a break for Phillips as the Lady Wave turn it over. Good lead pass, and they're going to say foul away from the play. No blocking foul, well, no shooting foul, and
Well, the foul was made while it was still on the floor and before the shot went up. So, yeah, the foul happened before the shot. No big deal there. But what is a big deal here is Phillips getting a couple turnovers on the press. Now, they're not turning them into baskets yet. I kind of like the subbing early, get some other people's players' feet wet in the game, see if somebody else. And now they've also put bigger players, so they might get more of a presence underneath the boards as well. It's a good substitution. There's a lot of players on Phillips with a lot of scoring. It's balanced scoring.
Swing it out to the wing, and now on it is Cephas. To the top. With it is Osborne. Inside to Bowie. Off the backboard and no good. Lynch rebound. She's going to go coast to coast with it. Left-handed layup. No good. That's one she's got to have, Bob.
Well, it's her offhand. It was a difficult shot.
Driving in. Just not falling right now for the Wildcats. And let's see if the Green Wave slow it down.
1 on 3.
Lynch switches hands. That time the layup is good.
She made up for the layup she missed, that's for sure. 11-2 lead. This is the disaster that Phillips didn't need to have happen, but I don't think they should panic, continue to press, get some turnovers. They're getting shots underneath, they're just not falling.
I had a feeling this might happen, but I thought it would happen due to Cephas missing threes. They're just missing point-blank shots right now.
Yeah, they're off balance on the shots, and Lynch can tear them apart on the drive.
3-point shot. Yes!
And this is why she confidently shot the earlier one. Younger with the three-pointer, right, balancing the scoring out with Lynch.
Because of Lynch's mere presence on the court, they got to be eyeing the penetration and allows Younger to have a corner three.
Exactly what happened, yeah.
Look, I know that Phillips has already called a timeout, but they might have to consider calling another one soon because with no shot clock, if you get under 15, 17 points, it might be game over.
Well, game over is a strong word, but and I don't think St. Ed's is going to stop shooting the ball. But they called timeout. They're making a lot of subs. They're doing everything that the coach's handbook says you need to do when you're getting blown out 14-2 in a quarterfinal state championship game.
Younger made a free throw as well as a three. She's got 4 points. And they're going to say foul, not in the act of shooting. If you're just joining us, Lynch has been good, but it's really been a team effort, especially rebounding the basketball.
Well, Lynch has 6 points.
She's got 6. Younger should have 4. It looks like they subbed Younger out. She missed a wide open layup because it was offhand. This should be an easy layup, and just couldn't handle the pass. Got to get those hands out.
Now that's a little bit of frustration setting in from Clark. That layup obviously should have gone in from Williams, didn't, right? Then Clark saw that the rebound went into St. Ed's hands and tried to steal it back. Unfortunately caused yet another foul, and St. Ed's has been very good from the free throw line today.
Look, St. Edward's, their motto is play together, play hard, play smart. It's borrowed by Coach Dean Smith, and they're led by Michelle Dawson. She actually played basketball here back when it was known as Rosary College.
Yeah, keyword here, not St. Ed's. She played here, yeah.
And she played at St. Ed's too. She's a St. Ed's alum and a Dominican University alum.
Yeah.
She was on the 1991 fourth place St. Ed's state team, 15-2. It's all Green Wave right now. They go by the Lady Wave and the Green Wave. Nothing but net. Who says front court players can't make free throws? Perfect at the line from Dawson.
You can win a lot of games by making your free throws. So
Taylor Dawson makes both, 16-2 lead. It's not over yet though. A couple days ago we did, as here's a 3-point shot off the front end. Somehow got it back as Bowie on the board. Cephas the three, you bet. They needed that in the big way. Now can they get a stop?
It was a good shot and it was a good offensive rebound to get it.
If you're Dominican, try to get the ball out of the hands of Lynch. She creates so much things with the basketball.
Well, I like right now they have a smaller guard on her, causing trouble and getting the turnover.
Time stolen away by Osborne as Laura Osborne got the steal off the foot of Savannah Lynch. 1:40 to go.
Yeah, I like the approach on Lynch on that one. So I have a smaller guard guarding her, having her far away from the hoop, causing trouble on the dribble, then running a second person at her to try to double team and then get the steal, and that's how they got it.
As they swing it out left to Cephas, trying to get it on the low block, but well guarded by the Lady Wave. The floater, you bet. A 5-0 run gets it under 10 points.
They just got to keep doing that, possession at a time. Keep the ball out of Lynch's hands if they can. There's a turnover.
Dawson had it, tried to feed it to Sarah Gurley, the junior guard. Don't need a three for Phillips, just get a good possession here.
Well, and they have had several good possessions. They've just been missing the layups. A little bit excited, a little bit off balance. Patience, get the ball, use the backboard. They've got height on the offensive rebounds.
St. Edward has the lead as well as the foul advantage, as Phillips has already committed 5 fouls. Cephas, the three.
Blocked.
Just great defense from the Lady Wave. Lynch going coast to coast. Blocking foul committed by the Wildcats as it was committed by Cephas.
That's a tough call. Yeah, you got to call something. There's a big, giant collision. I'll bet you half the fans in here say block and the other half of the fans say charge. I'm not even sure what I would have called.
Well, this is a college stadium, so you see the half circle there. Her feet were underneath the half circle, but this is a high school game. I bring that up because whenever a defender's in that half circle, sometimes the refs give the advantage to the offensive player versus the defensive player.
Well, and I think at the last moment, she may have slid over on Lynch, who was trying to go to the right, but still, tough call. Just because you're moving doesn't mean you're automatically block foul. If Lynch went in elbows first or knees or something like that, that's what I mean. It could have gone either way. But she makes both.
Right call.
She made both. It's 2 points.
The reason why Phillips doesn't like it, number one, it's a foul, but number two, it's a bonus for their best free throw shooter in Savannah Lynch. Driving in, nice drive, and finishing on the play as the drive and the finish from Porter.
So early in the game, if you're the coach, you're thinking, what's going well? One of the things that is going well is this press. That could have been a backcourt violation. Yeah, they caught it. See, if you have both feet in the front court and then you go back with 1 foot into the backcourt, that's a violation. So that's like the third turnover that Phillips has gotten on this press. So that's if they want to get back in this game, they're only down 9. They're going to get 2 or 3 turnovers on the press. They're going to start to make those layups. So Phillips isn't playing especially badly. They've just missed every layup they've taken early in the game.
They're also not getting it done from the perimeter either. They're known as a perimeter team, although they have great size in the front court.
Well, and they have offensive rebounding on that. 15 seconds to go in the quarter, so I think they're going to just take the last shot with about 5 or 6 seconds if they can.
They might go ISO with Cephas. She drives, circus shot, it goes in. No window, doesn't matter, it goes in for her. Lynch double team, Lynch drives, the pull-up shot, no good.
So we might get a precursor of what's going to happen at the end of the game, right? So it's going to be 65-64 at the end of the game, right? Lynch is going to take a corner 10-footer, and in this case it misses. So she's preparing herself when she has to take that last shot to win the game.
We'll take a quick break. 18-11 lead for the Lady Wave.
This presentation of the NFHS Network is brought to you by Big Ten Plus. Get 3 months of Big Ten Plus for only $4.99 per month. Scan the QR code or go to big10plus.com and enter NFHS when selecting a monthly pass at checkout.
Alongside Bob Vilsoe and our excellent crew, camera operator Ashley Mazzico, 18-11, and that's a very important, partner, because it was a 16-2 game, but good job Stokes talking to his ladies and being like, don't panic, just play your game, and a big run late in the quarter, 9-2 run to keep this one alive for the Wildcats.
The momentum is so important. Just like you said, it started out 16-2, but then they got outscored 9-2. So right now, Phillips is on the 9-2 run, and it's a very positive-looking 9-2 run. The points are generally layups, right, except for that 1-3, and they've got like 3 turnovers on the press. So if I'm Phillips, you've got balanced scoring all over the place. What you want to do, keep the ball out of Lynch's hands and continue to press, keep fresh bodies on the court, get more layups off the steals, turn those steals into points on the layups. So that's the strategy here for Phillips, see if they can do it.
Are you surprised that Cephas has not attempted a lot of threes yet?
Yeah, I think I like the way she plays. She's letting the game come to her. Right now, they've got all these layups that they should be taking, so why not continue to take them?
Thought about the 3 ball fake as it was from Porter. And back to the top of the key. Leading the charge is Scott.
Yep, when you jump up and down, you hold on to the ball. You can't do that. That's the turnover. She got bumped while she was in the air and it wasn't able to release it, and that caused the travel. Those are those, turnovers you just got to avoid. Now this press, let's see if they can turn this into a turnover.
Yes,
that was well executed.
Yep, Lynch got it past the timeline and fed it to her teammate in Younger. And they're going to call a foul away from the act of shooting.
Yep. Offense blinked, defense jumped, defense landed on offense, didn't get a chance to get up in the air soon enough, and it's just a out-of-bounds play.
Lynch does everything for this team. We talked about that 22-point game that she had. As driving in, the lefty can't finish on the left-handed layup. It was attempted by McPherson. Another report from Jerry Riles.
Hey, Kyle, coming out of the break in the first quarter of action, I talked to Coach Stokes. He said the same thing, Jerry. They start off slow. They trailed the previous game 19-2 to have a great comeback, and of course, to win that game to advance here. As far as St. Edward is concerned, I had a chance to talk to Michelle Dawson. She just told her kids, we need to have court vision. You're beating the pressure. You're making things happen. Have court awareness and presence.
All right, Jerry, thank you so much. You're right. Got to have court presence. It's one thing to be ahead 16-2, but at the same time, Bob, not only did Phillips come all the way back to win that game, they beat their opponent 49-40.
I like that little report from Jerry, right? You can tell he talked to the coach. That was all coach speak, right? Very well done, Jerry.
Foul called on the front court player as Sauls couldn't get the basket up. George Sauls at 5'10".
So this 14-point deficit is now a 5-point deficit. Phillips has the momentum, although down by 5 points.
And they're doing it without perimeter shooting, which is even more shocking.
I actually like that. I think you got to get the ball underneath like that, score underneath. You got to make those little layups.
Rebounded by Azia Porter. Porter's going to drive. Porter off the window. No, but they get the board. It was rebounded by Clark. Cephas, open triple. No good.
But the offensive board again. That's okay.
Another open triple.
Now
air ball.
The problem with that one is there was no weak side rebounder for Phillips. So that's when you would say that's an ill-advised shot. Even though she was open, don't take that one.
Lynch in transition.
Now Lynch can shoot anytime.
That was all here. That is the definition of an isolation bucket.
She didn't even hit the rim.
She might be playing D1 basketball in a couple of years. Off the window and in. Phillips needed that badly, and a good answer from Skyla Bowie.
Well, and that's not a bad answer. Again, you're just down 6. Lynch made a good three-pointer. You got 2 of them back.
Bounce pass. They're going to bring it back as there's going to be a traveling violation by McPherson. Sanai McPherson on the travel.
Without going into face guarding mode, Porter is doing a good job face guarding against Lynch to keep her from getting the ball. They realize keeping the ball out of her hands is a recipe for success.
.5:30 to go. As they swing it out to the top of the key, off her foot. And Clark was able to get it back, and then she traveled. Double dribble called on Clark.
I don't know if I like that call. The ref saw something I didn't. When you lose control of the ball, you get your dribble back. The referee decided she didn't lose control of the ball, even though it was off of a foot and everything, and decided, nope, can't do that, double dribble. I'd like to see that one on replay.
Bounce pass, three-point shot off the front of the iron and rebounded by the Wildcats. They've got numbers. Cephas gets the outlet pass. Bounce pass to Clark and blocked from behind. Lynch got a piece of it. Another try, no good. Rebounded by Dawson of the Green Wave. Timeout on the floor. We'll take a timeout as well. You're watching the Green Wave against the Wildcats here on the NFHS Network.
When you fire up Big Ten Plus, you get more game, nonstop, around the clock. More live games you won't see anywhere else. More access to your team wherever you want 24/7. More stories.
Unstoppable.
More highlights. More big-time playmakers. Plus, catch up to 4 games at once so you'll never miss more shots, spikes, and scores. Download the Big Ten Plus app today. It's always game on.
Inbounds play as Lynch will take it.
Yeah, I think Lynch got away with a foul there on that layup. And the other side, Phillips, when they shoot a layup from the left side, they really have to be trained to use the left hand on the left side, and that would have caused the shot block not to happen.
Driving in, the lefty finish, no good. Rebounded, another try, as no good from Taylor Dawson, but she'll go to the line for 2 shots.
I think Bowie got the foul. Raked her arms on the way up. Can't do that.
3 fouls, Nell, for Bowie, and a couple of players with 2 for the Wildcats, including Cephas. That's 3 fouls in this quarter.
I feel like those fouls are a little bit on the careless, frustrating side. If the score were closer, I don't think that those fouls would have occurred. They still play tough defense, keep your arms up. But you definitely don't want to take your arms and bring them down quickly, yet what you end up with usually is somebody's wrist and a foul.
In and out, somehow got the board, and another foul. As able to get the board was Sinai McPherson, and a foul from behind. That's now 4 fouls in this quarter by the Wildcats.
That's a really nice offensive foul. Again, you go back to fundamentals. Phillips have to go back into the gym and throw the ball up against the rim and then have everybody box out until the ball lands on the ground.
First one, no good. That's 0 for 3 on 3 straight free throw attempts.
St. Ed had good luck from the free throw line earlier.
St. Ed's has been great this season. They did lose 6 games, though, so they're not a perfect team, not that anybody is. But they can be defeated.
Well, I always felt like there's a lot combination that you could do to beat every team.
It hit every part of the rim and then finally rattled through. And a 22-15 lead right now for the Lady Wave. Open triple in transition. No good.
See, there again, there was no weak side rebounding, and the shot didn't go in. It was also early in the, quote, shot clock, if there was one. I think take a little time off the clock, get the defense a little bit tired, look for a better shot with some rebounding on the other side.
How about this? On the low block, and maybe that's why she was on the low block. Defense was not worried about her.
Uh-oh, another turnover. You can't do that when you're behind.
That was a good pass, partner. She just didn't receive it.
I mean, okay, maybe, but I mean, it's still a turnover, right?
I get it, but I mean, like, eventually your teammates got to catch these passes. Eventually you got to be aggressive and try to catch St. Ed's off guard in transition on the fast break. Look at that lead pass.
And one.
Cephas, she's not doing it with her three-point shooting. She's doing it with the drives, but that was just a pocket pass right on target, and then Cephas finished it.
That's one you put on the highlight film, right? Steal from behind. The ball went down underneath their own basket. 2 passes later, they had that layup and one. And a chance to pull the score within 4 now. Phillips has excellent defense. I feel like that defense can wear down St. Ed as the game goes on. So the question is going to be, can Lynch outscore this Phillips defense and press? Right now they're not pressing. I think I would be.
They've come all the way back. They were trailing by 14. Now it's just a 4-point deficit.
Which means they've outscored them by 10, and we've got half a game to go. So right now, Phillips absolutely has momentum. That shot would be ill-advised, but it went in.
Each team with 4 timeouts. As Coach Dawson, always a bridesmaid, never a bride, trying to get her first ever state championship. The Lady Wave in general, that's a traveling violation, and it was committed by Antoinette Jones.
I want that in slow motion too. To me, that looked like a very legal step through.
A lot of whistles tonight. It's almost like a hockey game at times.
Yeah, it's traveling when you pick up your pivot foot and when the pivot foot lands on the ground and you haven't released the ball. But if you use your other foot and step, you can still pass or shoot, and I think that's what she did before that pivot foot landed. Has to go in slow motion, though, to know for sure.
Right on target with the pass. As McPherson drives, the lefty finish. Good defense from behind from Williams. That size advantage is creating problems for the Lady Waves. Cephas thought about the three. She'll drive. Sets her feet, pass. Active hands from the Lady Wave. And backcourt violation. I don't understand that one.
It was tipped. It's not a backcourt violation.
We got to get this fixed.
Yeah, what happened is the ball got tipped from the front court to the back court, so it should not be a backcourt violation.
She's got to get. I don't understand why she can't get help on that.
You would think the only other two referees would jump in and say, nope, there was a tip.
Because he was on the other side, equidistant from the lady ref. Double team, pass to Lynch, you bet! She can do everything, it seems like.
Now that 4-point lead is now an 8-point lead.
Huge bucket from Lynch, just when it looked like Phillips might take the lead. An 8-point lead now for the Lady Wave. Wildcats looking to answer. Cephas. Hard screen, Cephas shot, fouled.
She's going to get 3 shots. That's going to put a dent in the lead without the clock running.
Well, nothing's guaranteed at the free throw line in high school girls basketball, but if there was anybody you want at the line, it would be number 11, the senior, in her 3rd straight state quarterfinal.
I'm going to put my bet that she's going to make all 3. She is a good shooter.
I say 2 of 3. All 3 would be huge, especially to the psyche of these St. Ed's players. Just when it looked like they were back on track, close to what we saw at the beginning of the game, Phillips just doesn't quit.
Oh, she might not make any of the 3.
Substitution has taken a seat as Dawson. But if you're wondering, yes, they are the daughters of Michelle Dawson. Twins, Taylor and Lane, both juniors. Taylor is 10, Lane is 22. Lane is the tallest player on this team at 5'11". Second one good, and another substitution. As back onto the floor is Taylor Dawson. Lane Dawson takes a seat.
Now I feel like they're setting up to put on a press, so let's see if that's what they do after this made basket. If the basket is not made, they probably will not press.
She's gone to the state semifinals, both as a player and a coach. Michelle Dawson leading the Lady Wave. Didn't box out. Who touched it last? They're going to say the Lady Wave.
Yeah, she's going to get the ball back. So she only made 1 of 3, but if they can get a basket here, they get the 3 another way.
Williams back on the floor. No baskets for her. As for St. Ed, look out for.
And I don't see Lynch on the court. Another travel called. So what the referee is saying there is she picked up her pivot foot before she put the ball on the ground. So you have to release that ball before you pick up the pivot foot. So she got into a little bit of a hurry. Or you got to play it back in slow motion.
Lynch already has 50% of their points. 13 points for Lynch, a 26-19 lead. Hard pass. Who touched it last?
Ooh, another replay is needed.
It looked like it was originally touched last by Phillips. So
yeah, we got the right call finally. Hate to second guess the referees. We're way up high.
Past the timeline. As they swing it out left. Guarded closely by Sauls. Back to Williams. How about this? The front court player, and she drills it.
If you're going to let a player shoot a 3, just don't let them shoot from the top of the key. That's where everybody practices their 3-pointers.
In transition, nope.
Good
and
defensive
rebounded
board.
by Cephas. A 3-pointer would make it a 1-point deficit.
Yeah, don't take the 3. Just get 2. Cut it in half.
Thought about it. Instead kicks it out to the corner. Help comes. Double team. And a travel and a big call because it would have been a wide open layup for the Wildcats. It did look like she picked up the pivot foot, though.
Again, I want to look at that on replay. I got another play I wouldn't have called, and I think they've called too many travels. If it's accurate, it's accurate. I just didn't see it.
That one I don't have much of a disagreement with. They're very consistent with the two. They've been calling it all day. It's not like these are new calls. Open shots.
Nice.
And a good
Boy, that
drive
changed the
from
complexion of the game, though. Instead of being down by 2, now they're down by 6 because there was a wide open Phillips player underneath the hoop. All right, down by 6. You can't play what could have been. You got to play what is.
You wonder what Coach Stokes is going to say. Is Cephas the triple, air ball. And this is one of the small problems when Cephas is on the floor. She can be very aggressive shooting the ball, and sometimes it's a perfect swish, and other times it's an air ball like that.
Well, you hope you never shoot an air ball.
But we've seen that a couple of years ago when they played Regina Dominican.
So Phillips is pressing, but with only 4 players, not with all 5.
From way downtown, does not even hit rim, but it's rebounded. Turnaround jumper, nope. And rebounded by Williams. Here comes Cephas. Cephas still with it. Trying to dribble past the D, switch his hands, no good. Williams the board, Williams the basket.
You know, that was a great drive by Cephas. I was shocked that didn't go in, but just rolled off the hoop. Nice rebound. The offensive boards are in Phillips' favor.
See what the Lady Wave want to do if they want to hold for the last shot. Lynch. Help comes. And an open front court player thought about it, did Sauls. Guarded by Williams. Dribbling on her right hand. Lynch, the screen from Sauls. Lynch, the triple. No good. Rebounded by the Lady Wave. Spinorama, beauty, missed it, got her own board. Bounce pass.
Oh,
Williams
turnover.
the steal, 5 seconds to go. Here come the Wildcats. The floater, no good. Rebounded by the Lady Wave. And St. Ed's holds on for dear life. They go from a 14-point lead to just up by 4 going into halftime.
Well, and that's the key. They've ridden down that 14-point lead down to 4, so 10 points. So you're thinking maybe you can get that 10 points back in the third quarter and then another 10 in the fourth quarter. You could end up winning this game by 16 points at this pace that Phillips is doing. They've done an outstanding job on the offensive boards. They're getting layups. Unfortunately, their threes aren't going in, but they're able to get offensive boards on those. They still have to stop Lynch. But this game is still a pick'em game, 4-point differential at halftime.
We'll take a quick break. You are watching the Wildcats against the Lady Wave here on the NFHS Network.
When you fire up Big Ten Plus, you get more game, nonstop, around the clock. More live games you won't see anywhere else. More access to your team, wherever you want, 24/7. More stories.
Unstoppable.
More highlights. More big-time playmakers. Plus, catch up to 4 games at once so you'll never miss more shots, spikes, and scores. Download the Big Ten Plus app today. It's always game on.
This presentation of the NFHS Network is brought to you by Big Ten Plus. Get 3 months of Big Ten Plus for only $4.99 per month. Scan the QR code or go to big10plus.com and enter NFHS when selecting a monthly pass at checkout.
Home is more than a place. It's full of the people and moments that matter most. Providing for loved ones, expanding your horizons, or simply living the life you love. With all you have to protect, choose insurance you can count on, so you can experience more of what you live for. Country Financial. Experience more.
There was a pile at the line of scrimmage, and I was just at the very bottom. All this pressure and weight was thrown onto my leg. I could feel it clicking and the bone like sliding across each other. Just couldn't handle it and broke. The people at IBJI were fantastic. We went into their walk-ins and we were able to get an x-ray in 5 minutes. My doctor talked to me like I was a friend rather than just a patient. He was very understanding, helping me stay motivated. My flexibility was actually better after my injury than it was before. There's not a lot of places like IBJI. It didn't even get me back to 100%, it got me to 110%.
Get convenient, affordable, same-day treatment at any of our Ortho Access locations. Visit ibji.com for more information.
There have always been a few, ready to fight and win. Since 1775, these few have been Marines, and they come from across this land to defend the future of our nation. This year, our Corps celebrates 250 years, and Marines are proud to serve this country, each other, and all that is still to come for America.
Opportunities, and we need to put St. Ed's away. That's what Larry Stokes had to say. Now, on St. Ed's part, we had a chance to talk to Michelle Dawson, the head coach, and she said, hey, first of all, Savannah Lynch, leading all scores with 13 points in the first half of action, needs to continue to battle low. When she's in the paint area, she needs to go high and take advantage of every opportunity that she has inside the paint area. She said, coming out in the second half, what we need to do is keep running our offense. We have to have better transitions as far as the game is concerned, and keep the ball moving. And those are the two strategies coming into this second half of action. But it's incredible that Phillips, for whatever reason, and it's the leader, Mia Scott, who starts off slow. Her teammates follow her, and then she picks it up. She got a little bit frustrated late in the second quarter of action, but her teammates start to follow, and we see now they've been able to cut a deficit down to 4, 28-24 at halftime.
Yeah, and what's really interesting is Cephas has 9 points, but they've all been drives to the basket. If you're the Green Wave, do you not fall into that trap of thinking she's going to drive to the basket the rest of the game, because they know she can shoot it from beyond the arc? She's not doing it right now. So one would think the game plan for Phillips is a lot of drives, have the defense key in on that, which is going to allow more open shots from beyond the arc for Cephas.
That's exactly right. And it's going to be interesting to see how they transition, or the adjustments that they make in a locker room, and if they're going to come out and do exactly what you said. But I expect that Phillips is going to handle the ball a little bit better, reduce the turnovers and not eliminate the turnovers, and take advantage. Savannah Lynch is leading the attack. She's doing a heck of a job, and she's basically have to put her team, the Green Wave, on her back if this team wants to advance in this state playoff situation. The teams are coming back onto the court now, so I think it's going to be a very exciting second half of action.
The other question is, can St. Edward find other offense besides Lynch? She almost has 50% of their entire offense.
Yeah,
right
I
now.
think Younger, I think she's going to have to step up her game. I think Dawson, who's coming in off the bench at times, she's going to have to step up her game. And the interior play, as we talked about, going into the halftime, the Green Wave had multiple opportunities to knock down some shots, but unfortunately either they were air balls or they fell short, which gave the momentum to Phillips, and they took advantage of it. But you're exactly right. Lynch is going to do everything in her power to try to control this game and take it over, but she's going to need some support from her supporting cast.
All right, Jerry, we'll see you later on in the third quarter. We'll take a quick break. Bob will rejoin the booth after this break. You're watching the Wildcats against the Lady Wave here on the NFHS Network.
There have always been a few, ready to fight and win. Since 1775, these few have been Marines, and they come from across this land to defend the future of our nation. This year, our Corps celebrates 250 years, and Marines are proud to serve this country, each other, and all that is still to come for America.
Kyle Smith alongside Bob Vilsoe, 28-24 lead. It doesn't get much better than this. Low-scoring affair. Can Savannah Lynch do the incredible and score over 60% of her team's points to send them to the state semifinal?
Well, she's got 13 points out of 28.
Yeah, so she's already got 48% of her production.
There you go.
Is she going to simply have to put the team on her back to send them to the state semifinals?
Yeah, and on the other side, they've got 9 points Phillips has from Cephas, but what they do need is more than just 5 points from Williams and just 2 points, or I'm sorry, we don't know how many points Bowie has at the moment, right? But Williams and Bowie, they need more points from the offensive rebounds underneath the basket. Of course, Savannah Lynch is leading everybody with 13 points on the other side. But here's the trick, right? Phillips, they were down 14, now they're down 4, so the momentum is absolutely in their favor. I think they can keep leveraging that momentum in the third and the fourth period, but the way they have to do that, they have to continue to press and make their layups underneath the basket, and then you fake the shot, get on balance, and then take the shot. And what you'll also get is 2-pointers, and then you'll also get a couple of fouls on a couple of St. Ed players. Now, meanwhile, on the other end, Phillips has to continue to focus, says everything they can on Lynch, get her to give the ball away and keep her away from the hoop.
So it's going to be Phillips with the inbounds because they won the tip. 8-minute quarters, 16 minutes left of basketball unless we go to overtime. Remember, St. Ed beat Crane Medical in double overtime to get to the Super 16. Will that happen today, or could we even get a triple overtime game? Meanwhile, here come the Wildcats in their half-court set. They swing it out left. The ball fake and the travel.
There's the double dribble. You just can't do that.
That was pretty blatant. You could have called that from here to Oak Park.
It's so silly turnovers. You know, Phillips made a lot of early turnovers in this game, and that's what got them behind so badly, 14-4. They cleaned up the turnovers and then got a lot of offensive boards later, but you know they're still down 4 and gave up a turnover.
If you're the Wildcats, do you double-team Lynch the rest of the game and force somebody else to beat you?
Absolutely. You find a way to keep the ball out of her hands, and then if she gets the ball, double-team it. You don't care who else has the ball, just not Lynch.
What a block from Williams. And a jump ball before Williams was fouled. That's a huge call because the Lady Wave remain with the basketball and aren't called for a foul.
Well, I like the call. It was legitimately a good block, and when the ball's in both teams' hands.
I just thought they fouled Williams after she made the block. This time a foul on the Lady Wave. So they called that one, which is a little ticky-tack. They're going to call it on 24, which is Sinai McPherson, the Larkin transfer.
And we're not going to give any credit to the flop on defense, right? Little acting on defense on that offensive foul. The referee
I
fell
think it was
for
a foul. I just thought the one before that was more of a foul. Anyways, three-pointer. No good. They're just not falling right now for the Wildcats. The good news is, if you're a Wildcat fan, they're not really falling for the Lady Wave either.
Well, and you get the ball back. It's okay to take the shot if you get it back.
That's what happens when you got a 3-inch advantage on the low block between Williams and Dawson.
Well, and a lot of athleticism and quickness.
From way downtown, you bet!
She shoots that shot in practice every day when she plays horse.
Mia Scott, the leading scorer, and when you need a big bucket, where else do you go but the leading scorer?
Get as far away from the hoop as you can and launch it.
That was a men's three-pointer. By the way, this is a college court. That was a men's college three-pointer. That's a beautiful court, too. Reminds me of Hoosiers a little bit. And
Ooh,
a foul
off
away
the
from
ball
the play.
foul. I can't say I saw that. Unfortunately, I was looking at the ball, not off the ball.
So Amari Phillips cheated, and it's a foul committed by Phillips. You talk about a player who was born to be a Wendell Phillips Wildcat, Amari Phillips from birth, right? Double team, ill-advised shot. Williams the board. She's just dominating right now on the low block. Did she get a jump stop before she traveled, Bob?
Again, you got to play that back slow motion, but it looked like she had her left foot down, and then she hopped to the other left foot, right? And then that's hence the travel. So I think is not a call I would have made either, but the referee is obviously in tune to travels today.
But it looks like it's been consistent with those calls. It's not like it's coming out of left field.
Yeah, but all of them are against Phillips, all these consistent travels.
Well, but are the Lady Wave doing the same thing that Phillips is doing? That's the question.
I don't think they are.
From way downtown,
Got it.
Lynch answers, and they're going wild. The Green Wave fans here at Dominican University.
Well, don't get panicky. They're just down 4, right? So take the ball down, get it inside again. Don't travel, get your layup, maybe a foul. See, I don't like those non-fundamental passes. This
Another
is too far
deep
again.
three.
And it
You
goes
bet! Mia Scott, sign her up for the WNBA. Stephen Curry, who's that?
Now here's somebody you could double there, and they got the turnover. Go the other way.
Two on one now for the Wildcats. Wide open layup.
Oh no.
No good.
Oh no. That could come back and haunt them later. That would have taken the lead.
Clark missed it. Lynch pushes. Lynch, the pass, the finish. No. Williams again avoids the over the back. One-on-one, but couldn't handle the pass. And Phillips looking to take the lead. Look, the leading scorer right now is either Cephas or Scott, but the player of the game might be a Kyla Williams with all these rebounds.
Well, that or those 2 long shots by Clark. I mean, she's shooting them from the parking lot.
Stephen Curry, take notes on this Mia Scott player. Circus shot. And Dawson might have to call a timeout soon. Luckily, they got the offensive board. They look out of sorts right now.
Well, rebounding is so. Oh, there's going to be a foul. You can't just reach around a person and put your hands on the ball and not expect a foul called.
Yeah, and if you're Phillips, don't get frustrated. You've got the momentum right now. The only thing that the Lady Wave can do offensively is if Lynch has the ball in her hands, which she doesn't have the ball in her hands. This Green Wave offense looks out of sorts. And obviously Lynch can't have the ball in her hands all the time.
Well, and Porter is back on her. Porter a little bit bigger than a little guard. And there's an offensive push, yep.
Lynch isn't happy, but that was pretty obvious. She's arguing a flop partner, but it looked like she led with the forearm.
Well, it was both. I mean, embellish the fall, make the referee notice it, force the referee to have to make the call. But it was good defense, and it was a push-off. Down by a point now again with the ball.
They had an open layup. Clark missed it. They've gotten as close as possible to getting their first lead of the game.
Drive. There you go.
Good pass to Williams. She finishes. And they come all the way back from a 14-point deficit. Both teams have committed 2 fouls this quarter. Lynch.
The turnover. Oh,
Wow.
they're going to call a foul on that? I'd say she had all ball.
It looked like she lost possession before any foul could have happened.
Well, because of the all ball hack. Oh, well. All right, 32-31.
Either that or it looked like she dribbled the ball off the foot of a Wildcat player. That one I don't agree with.
Well, a very fortunate call. St. Ed's with the ball.
They just got to find, as here's a three-pointer off the inbounds pass. Nope.
Quick hands on the rebound.
The shot, nope. And rebounded by the Lady Wave and Jordan Sauls. Thought about the three, lead pass, nope. Ball on the floor, picked up by the Wildcats.
I'd like to slow it down a bit. You didn't have numbers. You're up a point. You've got the ball. You can relax just a tad on offense.
McPherson looking to check back in. Lynch with 16 points. But it's not enough right now. They still trail by 1. 9 for Cephas, 7 for Williams. Thought about the three, and a timeout by Stokes. We'll take a timeout as well. 32-31 Phillips here on the NFHS Network.
This presentation of the NFHS Network is brought to you by Big Ten Plus. Get 3 months of Big Ten Plus for only $4.99 per month. Scan the QR code or go to big10plus.com and enter NFHS when selecting a monthly pass at checkout.
When you fire up Big Ten Plus, you get more game, nonstop, around the clock. More live games you won't see anywhere else. More access to your team, wherever you want, 24/7. More stories.
Unstoppable.
More highlights.
Whoa!
More big-time playmakers. Plus, catch up to 4 games at once so you'll never miss more shots, spikes, and scores. Download the Big Ten Plus app today. It's always game on.
A 60-second timeout from Stokes, as his team has 3 timeouts left. Double team off the inbounds pass, wide open off Williams' foot. A break for the Lady Wave. It's kind of a ping pong battle right now. The ball is just going all over the court right now.
Yeah, that was it was a poorly performed bounce pass. Bounce pass was the right thing to do, but unfortunately it had to come up higher, hit her in the knee, but St. Ed hit it out of bounds. Have a little patience here. You've got the lead, you've got the ball. You haven't had the lead for long. Don't lose it.
Williams again.
And you'll see that she shot that with her left hand, and that's why it didn't get blocked. Now you got a 3-point lead.
You've got the size advantage and the lead. Another report coming up from Jerry Riles. First lead of the game for the Williams Wildcats. Lynch, no good, but she's going to the line for 2 shots. What adjustments have the Wildcats made, Jerry, from the second quarter going into this third quarter?
Phillips have made the adjustments that you witnessed. Mia Scott has come out of the locker room and hit two deadly 3-pointers to bring this team back in, and they're actually working the interior with Williams inside basket. They took their first lead at 32-31 halfway through this third quarter of action. But those were the adjustments that Coach Stokes said, hey, listen, we got to keep the pressure on. We got to continue to fight, and we can hold on and get this game.
Trying to get the board. Jerry, thank you so much. Big call, and it's going to say Phillips possession. 4 fouls committed by the home team Phillips. We're on a neutral site court in River Forest. That's a big break, though, for the Lady Wave, as any more fouls puts them in the bonus. Driving in. No contest, easy bucket, and off the window and in from Porter.
I liked it. Patient offense, drove it in for an easy layup. Now you got to keep Lynch away from the basket. There are 4 players are on her. Good job on defense.
Couldn't get the friendly touch near the basket and rebounded from Cephas.
A big rebound, now you're up 4, so now you have a chance to go up 6. Continue to keep the ball on the perimeter and then drive to the hoop, but drive the side that Lynch isn't playing defense on.
Jones drop-off pass to Porter. Guarded closely on the elbow, almost turned it over.
Yeah, I don't like that pass.
Mia Scott, she's got range.
Yeah, I don't think holding the ball to the end of the quarter is a wise move here. Take the good shots when you got them.
Especially because the Lady Wave haven't done anything offensively since early in the first quarter.
Got it.
Oh my goodness, Antoinette Jones. The senior point guard, just 5'5", but ice in her veins on that drive to the basket. Drop-off pass, Lynch, good contest from Williams. And the Wildcats could come all the way back to take an 8 or better lead on this possession.
Again, I would still try to get the first available good shot you can get.
How tough is it for the Lady Wave, that height disadvantage, 5'11" versus 6'2"?
See, I don't think 3 inches matters a lot. It's the positioning.
Again, Jones off balance. Nope, she traveled.
You know, if I were the coach, I think I'd go ballistic too. I don't see the travel. It to me looks like a good move.
I don't think she was fouled, but yeah, I don't think she
was not fouled. They
either.
called traveling. That's what happens when the referee does the illegal procedure sign, right?
If there's any silver lining on that, at least it helps you set your defense versus when it hits the back iron like that, sometimes it rebounds all the way to the three-point line, and then the Lady Wave could have had an odd woman break the other way.
That is a silver lining. Doubling up Lynch.
Lynch, the triple. Air ball, that does it for the quarter.
Yeah, what they needed to do is launch that 3 with about 5 or 6 seconds to go. She was off balance when she shot it, so the odds of it going in were low. Then they have a chance for an offensive rebound. But right now, down 6, they were up 4, another 10-point swing.
They've been outscored 36-16, have the Lady Wave. How will they adjust in the fourth quarter? We'll take a break. 6-point lead for the Wildcats.
This presentation of the NFHS Network is brought to you by Big Ten Plus. Get 3 months of Big Ten Plus for only $4.99 per month. Scan the QR code or go to big10plus.com and enter NFHS when selecting a monthly pass at checkout.
When you fire up Big Ten Plus, you get more game, nonstop, around the clock. More live games you won't see anywhere else. More access to your team, wherever you want, 24/7. More stories.
Unstoppable.
More highlights.
Wow.
More big-time playmakers. Plus, catch up to 4 games at once, so you'll never miss more shots, spikes, and scores. Download the Big Ten Plus app today. It's always game on.
Inbounds pass. And here comes Lynch.
Now with the 6-point lead, they were down 14. Then they took it to they were down 4 and now plus 6. In the fourth quarter is a reach and foul called from the other side of the court. So they've scored 32 points in 3 quarters, so it's about 10 points a quarter, right? So they should get to about 43 or 4 points or something in the fourth quarter at the end of this game. So Phillips has to be thinking maybe all they got to do is get 6 points, and this game is not iced, but close to over.
They send it to the top of the key as Gurley got it. Lynch, guarded closely by Jones. She calls a play, double team comes on the elbow, turnaround shot, switches hands. Good offensive board, yes!
And one.
And one, Jordan Sauls! Humongous bucket, but can she finish on the and one?
Very tough on the offensive boards. Bodies went flying, got the offensive board, and got the foul as well. That's huge early in the fourth quarter.
Nobody in double figures yet for the Lady Wildcats. It's been a complete team effort on guarding Lynch. Big basket at the charity stripe, and a three-pointer could tie it, but meanwhile, the Lady Wave got to play defense.
Well, and what's been very effective for Phillips is taking the ball on the perimeter, keeping the ball out wide, right, and then driving in like this. This should be an easy basket.
Bowie!
St. Ed is going to have to find a way to stop this high-powered offense. Meanwhile, Lynch is going to have to be aggressive and drive to the hoop herself, put somebody in foul trouble.
Green Wave have just been stifled from the perimeter. Driving in, drawing the foul, and going to the line. 2 shots for Younger.
She did a great job drawing the contact there. She knew where the defender was going to go. She went to the same spot, drew the contact, still was able to put a shot up. St. Ed is definitely struggling for finding a second to score besides Lynch.
I think eventually they're just going to have to be aggressive and shoot some long 2s or 3s and maybe get a friendly rebound and get this defense out of sorts from Phillips. Just nothing's working on the low block.
I'll never say that. What I would say is Lynch just has to take the ball down low and cause all kinds of havoc. She's got a wonderful turnaround 10-foot jumper. She can score near the rim. She can score and get a foul. But she can't let her player get away from her like that. That's going to be an out-of-control fast break. Wide open at the other side.
Yeah, that's the wrong player I want driving like that. I'd rather have Cephas do that than Porter.
Yeah, Bowie was wide open on the other side for a bounce pass and an easy layup. Still a 4-point lead, though.
And it just seems like an attorney right now for the Lady Wave because they can't get anything going with mid-range jumpers or three-point shots.
Other than Lynch.
True.
Now she's posting up. I'm surprised he didn't give her the ball. She's got to move around a little more. It's off a foot. They'll keep the possession.
Remember, though, Lynch had 16 at halftime. Sorry, 13 at halftime. So she's only had 4 since. She's been pretty much shut down in the second half.
Yeah, but I think she's shutting herself down. The defense, there's a defensive foul.
Silly foul. Now that's 3 fouls committed by the Wildcats.
Yeah, I don't like to see her take that foul. On the other hand, I think I'd like to see just how hard she pushed her for a player to go flying.
There's 3 fouls going in. Now it's 4.
Now the trouble with that foul, Porter goes out, and Porter's done an outstanding job guarding Lynch. Now they put a very much smaller player on Lynch. Nice steal.
Ill-advised pass, and the Wildcats have numbers. Lynch gets back on D. Williams again, but she's called for over the back.
Yeah, I did not like the shot that Mia Scott took on Lynch. I think she has to recognize when Lynch is the defender, you don't take the shot, you take Lynch away from somebody else and you make the pass. So that was not a great fast break, and then it turned out to be an a defensive foul on the rebound.
What can Williams do later on in this game to avoid those over-the-back calls and still get the rebound?
Well, you just have to box out by going around the player. You just can't push from behind. And if you're not in the right position, if you are on their back, don't jump. Just let them get the rebound. You don't want to get called for a foul.
Can't capitalize, as at the charity stripe is Dawson, the 5'9" junior.
Now, another concept on that. Now, she doesn't have a whole lot of fouls to give on this, right? She's up to her 3rd foul, but if you foul the right person, they miss both free throws, you get the ball back. No harm done, other than the foul on you.
This Lady Wave team tied for the regular season conference title, makes the second of her 2 free throws.
Yeah, got one. That's not worth it.
They also won the Chicagoland Christian Conference Shootout. Phillips still in the lead. One of the best games we've done all season long.
Now Clark needs to keep Lynch away from the hoop and let the down low scoring take hold.
Scott drives, jump step, nope. Williams again, she's unstoppable. But that was all set up, the tap from Bowie. Thought about the shot, lack of communication. Stolen away, here comes Scott.
Wide open.
Big steal up in the air. Lynch gets it. Lynch near the boundary, somehow kept in bounds. Thought about the 3, as regrouping on defense are the Wildcats. Double team comes, avoiding the foul are the Wildcats. Cephas calls for it, she'll slow it down. big defense that time by the Wildcats.
And Scott is gassed. Up and down, up and down.
They're a little bit in foul trouble. 4 of the 5 players on the court have 3 fouls stolen away by the Lady Wave.
Another turnover.
One-on-one, Steffes got a late break. The layup and the foul. Steffes looked out of sorts right there. She just wasn't ready to get back on defense for the contest.
Well, she was ready. She was playing coy there and then tried to take the charge. The referees having none of that and then called a block on her. She set up late on that defensive block. I suppose that's why they called it a defensive foul. But you will say Lynch went right through her to make that basket. But 3-point lead now, and one can make it a 2-point lead with 5 to go.
Looking for her 20th point. She's just fantastic. Got it. Nothing but net. Can Mia Scott make one more celebrity three-point shooter shot?
Wasn't it Clark that got those?
What did I say? Yeah, it was Mia Scott, number 3.
Yeah, Scott's out on the break a lot. It was Zariah Clark that had those bombs from the parking lot. 2-point lead, out of bounds. I'm not saying take some time off the clock for the clock's sake, but make St. Ed work on defense. There's maybe a turnover.
Is Causey on the pass? First time we've said her name tonight.
Ooh,
Driving
wild shot.
In. Williams again. Williams, you bet.
Well, the game's not over, but if Phillips wins, then Phil Williams gets my MVP vote.
13 points for the 6'2" center. Can they get any kind of offense besides Lynch?
There's a foul called. Again, it looks like it could have been all ball, and that's on Williams, and that's her 4th if it's my math is correct. So you cannot have Williams foul out. She's a beast on the boards.
Yeah, I think you got to take her out for at least a minute, if not 2 minutes.
Might not be a bad idea, but that's what they're going to do. But she has been an absolute beast on the offensive boards, 13 points. So you're taking your point leader off the court because of that reach-in foul that might not have been a foul.
I'm with you, though. I think she got ball first before any kind of body part was touched by the Green Wave player.
Yeah, it's too hard. The camera's up here, right? But to play that back to see if there's any contact at all would be interesting. We're making way too many comments about the referee, and it's a hard game to ref. Good rebound there.
It's just such a big call. Even if it's the right call, is a foul committed by Sanai McPherson.
Well, you said it. It's a big call. Whether it's the correct call or not the correct call, it's a big call. It's her 4th foul on the leading scorer. That's like, pick your poison. Jokic getting his 5th foul.
And the problem with being a ref, 50% of the fans love you, 50% of the fans not so much.
Might be true with the announcers as well. We've commented a lot about the refs today.
And the thing is, too, we talked about the calls against Phillips. Both teams play a lot differently offensively. So that's why they're not calling them on the Lady Wave, because they're not doing what the Wildcats are doing, as somehow the Wildcats kept the ball.
Yeah, it looked like a sure turnover.
Cephas, the screen from Bowie. Cephas keeps her pivot foot intact. The 3, nope.
Oh, no.
And rebounded by Younger.
Reset the offense. You've got the lead.
A triple would tie it, but any kind of bucket is what Coach Dawson wants here.
Now, Causey on Lynch. Interesting. Oh, it's a matchup zone. That's why. Okay. There's a foul out top. I think they fouled a good shooter, though.
They usually don't want to foul backcourt players.
See, the problem is they're at the line. 2 shots down by 3. Plenty of time, 3:42.
When do you bring Williams back in? Under 2 minutes or under 3 minutes?
I think you have to watch how the game feel is going. If the game gets, if they get behind, you obviously have to put her in. But if they extend the lead, just leave her on the bench. And Phillips has a lot of scoring options.
Big make, down 2. Going for the steal did Lynch.
Lucky no call.
She's got to get back quickly because it was a 5-on-4 for a second there. Driving in. That's interesting. They say that one was all ball, but the one on Williams they called a foul.
Well, I was wondering why she fell down. She didn't look like she dove, right? So who'd she trip over, and should there have been a call there? I don't know, but Scott's back in.
It looks similar to the one they called on Williams, but you're right, Bob. I think she was starting to fall down before any foul might have been called on her.
Scott dying for the ball in the corner. Lynch guarding her. Looked like another double dribble.
Another nice drive. Bowie, the attempted board.
Good call
Last
by the
touch
referee.
by Lynch.
Yeah, good call by the referee, same way. Scott's got to realize her spot. She's getting guarded by their best defender. Take Scott out top, leave her away from the defense, let other people drive underneath.
Bounce pass. Jones up in the air.
Great
yes.
shot.
The layup is pure from Antoinette Jones. How can St. Ed answer on this possession?
Continue to find a way to get the ball to Lynch.
Double team.
Ooh, a jump ball. That was a quick jump ball, but it was a jump ball.
And it was possession arrow towards the Wildcats.
Yeah, if the referee had waited a half a second longer, that would have been an outright steal.
Timeout on the floor. We'll take a timeout as well. You're watching the Wildcats against the Lady Wave here on the NFHS Network.
When you fire up Big Ten Plus, you get more game, nonstop, around the clock. More live games you won't see anywhere else. More access to your team, wherever you want, 24/7. More stories.
Unstoppable.
More highlights.
Wow.
More big-time playmakers. Plus, catch up to 4 games at once so you'll never miss more shots, spikes, and scores. Download the Big Ten Plus app today. It's always game on.
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today.
.303 to go. The Wildcats have dominated the second half. Honestly, they've been the better team the last 3 quarters thus far.
Well, they have. But what St. Ed needs to do now, they've only got 2 fouls that they've committed. So they might want to consider ramping up the pressure on defense, going ahead and going for steals. That they foul a couple times, that's okay, because they're going to need to get to the 5th foul so that they can get Phillips on the line. So if they need to get the ball back later in the game that way, they can do it.
2:50 to go. They swing it out to Cephas. Dawson on defense. Cephas, the second best scorer. Great pass, great dribble behind her back. On the floor,
that was fortunate they kept the ball.
Another report coming up from Jerry Riles. Almost stolen away, and a foul committed by Younger. This game could go either way, Jerry. 46-42 with 2:21 to go.
Green Wave coach Dawson told her girls during this timeout, keep attacking. Don't try to go too hard. Call for the ball screen and focus on Savannah Lynch taking control of this ball game.
All right, Jerry, thank you so much. We might see again if it goes to overtime. As Cephas couldn't find someone, but a heads-up play, she knocked it off the hands of Lane Dawson, and they'll get it back.
Meanwhile, the clock still keeps ticking with a 4-point lead. At some point in time, just make sure you get nothing but a layup. This is not a 4 corners offense here, but they are definitely being picky on what shot they're going to use.
How big was that bucket to make it 46-42? Huge, because they don't have to put Williams back on the floor yet. Timeout, and they're probably going to do it on this timeout.
Yeah, I like Scott with the ball, but not when Lynch is your defender. Scott needs to be the decoy. She needs to be the Walter Payton while Refrigerator Perry gets the touchdown.
So we'll stick with the action. It's 46-42. 2 timeouts left for the Wildcats, 3 for the Lady Wave. One would think that Williams is coming back into the game, even though she's got 4 fouls. You'd like to put it away, because if you're up 6 points, I know Lynch is a great scorer. I don't know if Lynch has enough in the tank to carry this team into overtime. if you're down by 6 points with under 2 minutes to go and no shot clock.
Well, I vote she's got enough in the tank to get 4 more points before the game is over. All they need is
Can she get 6 points, though, in under 2 minutes?
There's no doubt in my mind. But if I'm Phillips, I think I would leave Williams on the bench, because when she went out, wasn't it a 3 or 4 point lead? That was it, and it's still a 4 point lead. So right now, Phillips is playing fine. I think I would just leave Williams on the bench, because what you can't have is a defensive liability on the court. So if Williams is on the court, she can't do Olay while people are driving to the hoop, and then they get 2 points. So I think leave Williams where she is. I think Phillips is going to continue to hold the ball and control the ball, and you're going to see the Green Wave having to foul the 4th time and then put him at the line.
For the Lady Wave to advance, they might need a LeBron James-esque performance from Savannah Lynch, their best player. Meanwhile, Phillips with the ball and the lead, a 2-possession lead, in fact, for the Wildcats. Cephas guarded close by Dawson, trying to avoid a foul. Now the drive. Scott almost lost it. Back to Scott. Baseline drive. Scott blocked! And the outlet pass right on target over to Lynch. Driving in, Lynch. The bucket and the foul!
It starts at the other end. That was an ill-advised shot by Scott. She should continue to hold on to the ball. Then at this end, clearly a blocking foul on the drive to the hoop. I'm thinking that if you're going to get called for a foul, make sure that ball does not go in. Now it's a 2-point lead. You're only going to get 1 point lead after this free throw. You're going to have the ball and a point lead, and that's it. You cannot have any turnovers. Williams coming out for a moment.
Time to call 4 Imprint and get her a custom-made cape. Superwoman right now.
Well, and you wondered if she had it in the tank or not. Oh, missed
yeah,
shot. That's
you saw it in the 3rd quarter, Bob. She looked a little gas. I'm not surprised she missed that free throw.
Well, Scott needs to continue to keep her away from the hoop, away from the defense. She's the quickest defender St. Ed has. It looks like Phillips is going to be content to run some clock here.
They can run as much clock as they'd like.
There's the 4th foul.
And it's going to be called on Jones.
Yeah,
Jones
right now Antoinette Jones has a lot of ball control, and on defense, Sauls can't keep up. So they're going to have to make a defensive change. Otherwise, the game can get dribbled out to the end. Don't make any bad passes. I don't like lobs. Looked like she was looking from the parking lot again. There's a lot of good ball handling skills here, and then she turns it over on cue.
What a pass! She was on the court when she made that pass. Lynch, the drive. Lynch, she's fouled.
Another phantom foul call here. She shoots an underhand scoop shot under the hoop. Misses everything completely. The referee bails her out with a foul call. Another call deserving of a replay. The coach can't believe it on the side.
Lynch.
Now she needs to make both here.
Yeah, you said it was a phantom call. Now she was holding her eyes. I don't know if that was for flopping's sake. She might have been hit in the eye.
Well, the referee's 10 feet from the play. We're, 500 feet from the play, right?
Needs to make both to tie it. Lynch missed.
All right, that's a big miss. Now she's 2 in a row missed here.
I know it's easy to say in hindsight, but should Dawson have called the timeout to try to talk to her best player and see if she's shaken up a little bit, being hit in the eyes like that?
Yeah, no, you don't freeze your field goal kicker, but she did rush the shot at the free throw line.
It's going wild here at Dominican. Missed both. Try to get the board, and it goes the way of the Wildcats. Oh boy, Lynch is going to think about that for months to come. Loose ball. How about that? They got it back. Lynch again. The drive. Lynch. She's fouled again.
She's bailed out again, and we got an injury here. Behind the play, Antoinette Jones got rolled on, got mugged, lost the ball. Now, Lynch has a chance again at the free throw line down by 2, and here's the timeout you were looking for.
Yeah, Lynch looks absolutely gassed. Dawson calls a timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. What a game here at Dominican University.
QR code or go to big10plus.com and enter NFHS when selecting a monthly pass at checkout.
1 second from half court. Jumping for joy.
First ever.
2-on-1. Oh!
Did he bring it in? He did!
It is.
Caught!
Savannah Lynch, she might play, she might be playing her college basketball in Savannah, Georgia, the way she's been playing tonight. If she makes both, it's a tie score. If she misses one, it's up to her teammates to bail her out and get the offensive board.
Well, and the way that they'll have to get the ball back, they'll have to foul. It's obvious that Phillips is trying to run the clock rather than try to score, so they're going to have to foul to get the ball back and then see who wins from the free throw line. But Lynch is struggling from the free throw line mightily. What's that, 4 in a row now?
It's 3. Do you miss it on purpose to get the board, or do you make and foul?
You make and try to steal it and then foul.
Missed all 4.
But they're going to get the ball.
She stepped out of bounds. Savannah Lynch has 9 lives tonight. How did that happen? All she had to do was rebound, but Skyla Bowie maybe forgot where she was on the court and stepped out of bounds. Lynch gets it off the inbounds play. Lynch guarded closely, stole it away! And fouled on the play, committing the foul. Lane Dawson. Did Savannah Lynch run out of lives?
Well, Antoinette Jones has absolutely been terrific for Phillips down the stretch. Her ball control, and here she had the ball here and then got fouled. So she's going to go to the line with a chance to make one of these to take a 3-point lead. Obviously 2 makes it a 4-point lead. But she has been absolutely a steadying influence for Phillips when she's got the ball. Huge.
Ice in her veins.
Now leave Williams off the court still. You don't want a player who doesn't want to foul out. Now if you did put Williams in and say it's okay to foul, you could do that. Then she's likely to get the rebound. She's an excellent rebounder. But
Jones looking to put this one on ice.
Now play defense. Do not let them score. I like the press part. Almost a steal there.
Need a quick bucket, and then they got a foul. Spinorama, the shot, yes.
That was the Olay defense. You just let her have it. Okay, use some clock. 23 seconds, 2-point lead. So you got to get the ball back to Antoinette Jones again to get fouled and put her back at the line.
We'll take a quick timeout. 48-46 here on the NFHS Network.
High school sports fans, relive your favorite moments. Just click the shopping cart below the video player to get your digital copy today.
Look, if St. Ed's loses this game, I'm sure Savannah Lynch is going to think about those missed free throws. At the same time, her teammates didn't bail her out very much tonight.
Well, there is that, right? I'm going back to Antoinette Jones, though. Right? She's no stranger to scoring. 138 points on the year. Scott has 275 in comparison. Lynch is guarding Scott. And I can't help but think maybe a different defensive assignment for Lynch, because Lynch running around trying to stop this top scorer from Phillips is taking a lot of energy out of her. All right, so looking to see where Jones is, because whoever gets the ball is going to get fouled. Porter is on the court.
Stolen away!
Stolen.
The mid-range basket, no! Getting the offensive board, turnaround shot off the window, no! Who touched it last?
Lynch with the offensive rebound couldn't put that back either.
If you're St. Ed's, do you just go for the win, a 3 and play D?
No. You try to get a layup to Lynch, and then she gets the shot and gets bailed out by the refs, and you get an and one, and you win by 1. That's how you win this game.
I'm going for the 3. I'm going for the win. Bounce pass. Who touched it last?
Same way.
Woo. Bowie touched it last.
But I like this defense from Phillips, but they got to make sure they can't just lob it to Lynch.
Are you surprised Dawson isn't using her last time out here?
Well, a little bit.
Bounce pass. She's wide open. The buddy. Yes! Jordan Sauls 6 seconds to go. Past the timeline.
Pass the ball. She doesn't know how much
Oh
time is on the
no!
clock.
They're out of time. We're going to overtime. Did Phillips forget how much time was left? What an inbounds play. Jordan Sauls ties the score. We're going to take a break. Extra basketball here on the NFHS Network.
This presentation of the NFHS Network is brought to you by Big Ten Plus. Get 3 months of Big Ten Plus for only $4.99 per month. Scan the QR code or go to big10plus.com and enter NFHS when selecting a monthly pass at checkout.
Kyle Smith alongside Jerry Riles. Jerry, what an end to that fourth quarter. What did both coaches say as we entered overtime?
It's unbelievable. What an exciting second half of play. Coach Stokes, I talked to him 2 minutes to go in the game. I said, Coach, what do you need? What do you expect from this team? He said, they just need to continue to be aggressive and play hard. We go over to Dawson over at the Green Wave, and she told her players, play together, stick together. Savannah Lynch said, we can do this, we can play together. And despite missing those 4 free throws, they were able to climb back, hold on, get the tying basket, and we're in overtime.
Jerry, thank you so much. Baseline drive, the lefty layup, yes! It's good by Porter. Lynch looking to push, one-on-one, attacking Bowie, no good.
Finally, no call.
Well, that time Lynch didn't do a full-on attack. Lynch called for a foul.
Yeah, there was absolutely a foul on that reach-in. But finally, there was some contact at the other end that Lynch caused, and finally they didn't call anything. We said earlier there might have been some phantom calls, and then she missed the free throws, but there was another opportunity for her to get to the free throw line, and the referees didn't give it to her. So these free throws are obviously very, very important, up 2.
I don't think I've ever seen a quarter end where the other team forgot how much time was left. I remember that famous Game 1 of the NBA Finals between the Cavaliers and the Warriors, where J.R. Smith forgot it was a tie score after George Hill missed the free throw.
So 3-point lead, make this one. You've got 4 points. Or an
Big
offensive
miss.
board, no. Don't reach.
Don't need a 3, but if it's open, take it. Ooh, I thought Lynch should have taken that one.
Well, they're only down 3. There's plenty of time. Just get a good two-pointer.
Ooh, almost lost it. McPherson able to get it. She's guarded by Porter. McPherson trying to swat at it as Porter. Now it's a 5-on-4. Bounce pass, read well by the Wildcats. It's on the floor, jump ball.
Yeah, Porter's a good defender. I'm intrigued that she's not back on Lynch, because Porter, for the most part, was able to shut Lynch down. But right now, the other star at Phillips this game, Antoinette Jones, is covering Lynch.
Gurley into the game, taking a seat is Younger.
Yeah, Younger's been excellent from from St. Edward's perspective.
Sending it to Sauls. Bounce pass, McPherson, the lefty, yes!
That's what they need, 2-point plays like that. Phillips should not take their time getting the ball in. It's no longer they need to run the clock out. They need to be aggressive and score.
And we have not seen a Kyla Williams the last 5+ minutes. Fakes the pass.
Kind of a wild shot.
Here comes Lynch. The Wildcats have numbers and they'll slow it down. And Dawson lost it. Got to have both hands out. Dawson only had one hand out, couldn't handle that line drive pass. Timeout called by Stokes. We'll take a timeout as well. 1-point lead for the Wildcats.
When you fire up Big Ten Plus, you get more game, nonstop, around the clock. More live games you won't see anywhere else. More access to your team, wherever you want, 24/7. More stories.
Unstoppable.
More highlights.
Wow.
More big-time playmakers. Plus, catch up to 4 games at once, so you'll never miss more shots, spikes, and scores. Download the Big Ten Plus app today. It's always game on.
Hey, conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
Shh, we're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorite.
My kid heard that solo!
You say mine did?
Yeah!
Come on!
What do you think Coach Stokes said out of that timeout?
Don't change anything. Be aggressive and get the ball to the hoop. Don't just use up clock, score.
Bounce pass as it was sent over to Porter. With it is Scott, guarded closely by Lynch. Switching to the left. Driving in on Lynch, the floater, nope. Who touched it last? Green Wave basketball. What say you, Green Wave or Wildcats basketball?
Oh, I think they made the right call. I just thought it was kind of interesting how demonstrative the referee was on that call. But down a point and with the ball. The question is, you want to be down a point with the ball or up a point without the ball?
Good lead pass. The lefty layup, yes! Sauls!
That's why you shoot with your left hand on the left side of the rim. Now Phillips, who hasn't been behind for a long time.
As of now, Sauls has the game-tying and game-winning basket. Williams, second chance, nope, off the foot, rebounded by the Green Wave.
Now let's see if they're any better at salting out the clock.
And even though Sauls has those 4 points late in this game, nobody on the floor has double-digit points except for Lynch.
Yeah, you just can't cause a turnover, give up a turnover when you're down by 1.
Timeout Dawson, a minute 15 to go. We'll take another timeout here at Dominican University.
This presentation of the NFHS Network is brought to you by Big Ten Plus. Get 3 months of Big Ten Plus for only $4.99 per month. Scan the QR code or go to big10plus.com and enter NFHS when selecting a monthly pass at checkout.
Timeout called by Dawson. What do you think Coach Dawson is telling our players?
It's a good question, but they are up by 1. They have the ball, right? So what they want to do is you use up the clock and get to the free throw line. But what I'm thinking is you still have to run an offense such that if you can get somebody to go toward the hoop and get a 2-pointer and maybe a 3-pointer, a foul and a basket, you are going to attack the rim. That's what Phillips didn't do at the end of the game. They stopped attacking the rim and continued to try to use up the clock.
Really quickly, another report from Jerry Riles. Jerry, what do you got for us?
Real quick, Coach Stokes for Phillips told his girls, we've got this. Just calm down. No layups. Don't give up any layups to the Green Waves. On the flip side, Coach Dawson told her girls, 4 quarters, we're going to try to work the ball and work some clock. We still got an opportunity. It's a close game. It's anybody's game.
Absolutely, Mr. Riles. Thank you so much. 4th foul, and it's committed by number 3 and Mia Scott.
Well, it's, again, something I didn't see. I would have called a jump ball. Of course, we're 500 feet away, and he's right there, and he must have seen her slap her wrist or something.
Big miss.
Well, yeah, St. Ed needs to make their free throws. I mean, they could have won this game with some better free throw shooting. So both teams had their chances to win, and both teams are in the spot to not win.
Dawson trying to make it a 2-point lead. Free throws are killing the Lady Wave right now.
They got a 3-on-2 here.
1:04 to go, stolen away. McPherson on the steal, the reach-in foul.
Well, the foul itself was probably smart, but you can't just throw a lob to a player who's fading toward the hoop when there's a defender in the way.
If you're Dawson, do you play it out here? These are huge free throws. Or do you call a timeout to calm down your player to talk about it a little bit?
No, I think it's the other way around. I mean, if you want to freeze her, you call timeout. I don't think
you don't think calling a timeout will calm down your player to think about it a little bit better?
Coaches don't do that. They just they let them shoot it. And Lynch should have made her shots earlier. The reason the coach called a timeout later to give her time is because she had missed them sooner.
Huge make.
Yep. Now, if this can be a 3-point lead with just a minute to go, but Phillips has to score too. They can't try to take 3-pointers.
Oh man, how costly was it those last 12 seconds after the Green Wave tied it up and Phillips had a chance to win it at the buzzer?
Okay, it's a 2-point lead still. Don't foul. That could have been one. All right, now what Phillips doesn't need is hero ball. That's a carry. That's the turnover. That's the hero ball.
Doesn't get much more blatant than that one. Good news is for the Wildcats, they've got 2 timeouts left. I am a little bit surprised. I know Williams has 4 fouls, but Stokes just has not used her these last 8 minutes.
Yeah, that's a big point, too. If you put her back in the game, she gets an offensive rebound on one of those plays. They need her for that now.
She also had 13 points before she committed 4 fouls.
Right.
Double team comes.
Yeah, they're looking for a foul. Oh, the steal happened.
2-on-1
they
as
need
they
this.
hurry. Lead pass. Green Wave after it. Lynch got it. No foul. Now they call it. It's going to be called on Causey.
Yeah, whoever loses this game is going to walk away, look at video, and say, if we had only done this, we could have won. There was a fast break, 2-on-1.
Two makes, puts this game away. Even one make. I just haven't seen either team be confident in the 3-point shot except for Zariah Clark.
Yeah, I think the pressure now is off of Lynch, whereas when she was behind, pressure was on her. Now that you're ahead, it's a way different story. So I wouldn't be surprised to see these go in now that she's ahead.
And knowing that the other team has not been shooting the 3 well. Sometimes when it's your night, it's your night. How about that? It goes all the way around the cylinder, stops for a split second, and then goes in. Are you kidding me? Bang!
All right. Now, you can't do this Olay defense thing. You got to stop them. Can't let them just get an easy layup.
The 3.
I don't like that shot.
Cephas after it. Last touch by the Wildcats.
We were always taught, grab the rebound, not tip it out.
All those traveling calls might have cost the Wildcats a shot at the state semifinals.
Well, they've mismanaged some fast breaks, too. And then Williams probably should have been in. But that's hindsight on Williams' case. There's a trip foul. If you're going to foul, try to go for the steal first somehow. So down by 4, they didn't pick a bad shooter here, so might be down 5 after this.
If she misses both, if you're Phillips, you don't need a 3, you just need something quick.
You need, exactly.
Missed.
And both teams have been able to commit turnovers, so if she misses again, go down court, get your basket, then get a steal and get another one.
Not enough scoring tonight from Cephas, just 9 points for number 11. Missed both, couldn't box out, and Phillips is in a lot of trouble.
Well, I think they're done.
I'm surprised they're not fouling. They're just going to let them dribble it out. Why do they foul now? I don't understand.
They needed to foul right away. You're absolutely right.
Either you foul right away or you just let them dribble it out for the victory.
Or you double team and try to steal the pass, but you can hold the ball for 5 seconds, and even if it is a turnover, you're down by 2 scores. So unfortunately, I think that's all she wrote in this game. The question will be, what is the final score? The students section feels it. Lynch with the pressure off of her is making all the free throws again.
Phillips played a great game. I understand that Williams had 4 fouls, but sometimes you just have to have confidence in your players to rise above it and try to avoid fouling late in the game. Once she exited the game, it looked like a completely different Green Wave offense.
Well, one thing you could absolutely say is Lynch had enough in the tank to take him to victory.
I mean, she did. There were also some mistakes from the Wildcats after those 4 misses from Lynch at the charity stripe.
Here's going to be the last shot of the game.
And the Green Wave are 2 wins away from a state championship.
Our final score is St. Edward's High School 57, Phillips High School 51.
What a game. Partner, who were your 3 stars of the game, brought to you by the NFHS Network?
Well, obviously Lynch, that's the first star. And, you know, being funny, the second star, Lynch, right? Third star, Lynch. No, obviously the first star, Lynch, and then I would pick Younger, number 14, and then, man, the third star, if you don't pick Williams from Phillips, and if you want to pick a third St. Edward's player, I guess you'd have to give it to Sauls.
Yeah, I think Coach Stokes is going to be thinking about this going into the summer, why he didn't put Williams back in, even though she had 4 fouls.
Well, and I'm going to go less with not putting Williams in and more with, when Williams went out, they started to try to eat clock. And when teams try to eat clock at the end of the game, they lose their aggressiveness. The reason Phillips got into this game and got ahead was they were driving to the hoop. They were keeping the ball on the perimeter and then waiting for their spots and driving to the hoop. They stopped doing that. And so as a result, they didn't score any points late in the game. They had the lead. They only needed like a bucket or more, you know, to get that win. And Lynch, of course, if she had made her free throws or another shot or 2 underneath the hoop, obviously could have won that game as well earlier. So both teams had their opportunities to win. Both teams had their opportunities to lose. This is one of those games where somebody had to win and somebody had to lose. In this case, it just went toward St. Ed.
We're going to take a quick break. Post-game show, Jerry Riles is going to be at courtside to interview both Lynch and Jordan Sauls. The Green Wave are still very much alive for a state championship here in Class 2A.
When you fire up Big Ten Plus, you get more game, nonstop, around the clock. More live games you won't see anywhere else. More access to your team wherever you want, 24/7. More stories.
Unstoppable.
More highlights. More big-time playmakers. Plus, catch up to 4 games at once so you'll never miss more shots, spikes, and scores. Download the Big Ten Plus app today. It's always game on.
3 or 4 years ago, I noticed that my left hip was hurting. Someone personally recommended a doctor here in town who's with IBJI. Within 12 days, I was walking without a cane, without a walker, without anything, and without pain. That was a big thing.
Illinois Bone and Joint Institute's top orthopedic experts help you move better, live better. For more information, visit ibji.com.
This presentation of the NFHS Network is brought to you by Big Ten Plus. Get 3 months of Big Ten Plus for only $4.99 per month. Scan the QR code or go to big10plus.com and enter NFHS when selecting a monthly pass at checkout.
The customer service has just blown us away. I have never reached out and not gotten a response within a couple hours, honestly. Like every single time, it's immediate. It's to the right people that know the answer. Like it's not even, hey, let me look into that. It's an answer right away, whether it be something that they know they need to fix or, hey, this is how you do it.
Whether you're buying or building your first home, moving to a bigger home, or downsizing, Forum Credit Union has flexible home loan options to fit your needs. Plus, Forum's experienced advisors will help you every step of the way, making the entire process easy. Visit forumcu.com or stop by any Forum Credit Union location to learn how our team can get you into your dream home this year.
At Quick Trip, we're known for our fresh and delicious food and our dedication to providing the best customer service. Did you know it takes more than 34,000 dedicated, hard-working people bringing their best every day to make that happen? Quick Trip wants to thank all our co-workers for their tireless hard work and dedication to making a difference in someone's life. Hey, join us in saying thank you to the family of co-workers known for their love of community and treating everyone like family.
Every day, Union Concrete contractors are fueling a foundation that lets our city stand tall. They bring the tools, training, and know-how required to bring your commercial projects in on time and with the highest levels of safety. Visit concreteil.com today to browse Northern Illinois' top union contractors specializing in commercial concrete and find the contractors you need to get your job done right.
Whether you're buying or building your first home, moving to a bigger home, or downsizing, Forum Credit Union has flexible home loan options to fit your needs. Plus, Forum's experienced advisors will help you every step of the way, making the entire process easy. Visit forumcu.com or stop by any Forum Credit Union location to learn how our team can get you into your dream home this year.
We're with Savannah Lynch, the star player for St. Edward, the Green Wave. They advance to the state playoffs after an unbelievable victory against a hard-fought battle against the Wildcats of Phillips. Savannah, talk about this game.
I mean, we knew coming in this game it was going to be a challenge. They're a great team, and we got down. I mean, we just fought back, and to climb out in an overtime win is an amazing feeling.
You know, Savannah, this Phillips team has started off slow. The last game, they were down 19-2, and they clawed back. You guys had them going in the first quarter. When they started clawing back, what was your thoughts?
I mean, we knew they were going to do that. They did that in the game we watched. They're a great team. They fight. So we knew we had to bring up our intensity as well and just match their energy and get it done.
You had determination and grit down the stretch. Savannah, during the closing minute of this ball game, you missed 4 straight free throws, and I saw the frustration on your face. What happened?
I mean, I think I got in my head, but I have great teammates around me who know how to pick me up. I mean, our girl Jordan set in the overtime for us, and after that point, we knew we were going to win this game.
And Savannah, you know, everyone was following your lead, and you told the girls in the last huddle that we have to stick together, we have to play together. What did that mean to you?
I mean, it meant everything. That was our whole point of the season. We start together, we end together, and I think doing that got us to this point right here. I mean, and it's a great result. We're going back state.
Hey, Savannah, what does this mean for this journey? What does this mean? When does it stop? When does it end?
I mean, this means everything right now. I mean, it stops hopefully at the state championship game. I mean, adding a new addition to our team, losing 5 seniors, going up a class, we knew it was going to be hard, but I mean, we really stuck together.
Congratulations and good luck to you.
Thank you so much.
Back to you guys upstairs.